people were leaning a lot towards Belal Muhammad. I listened to a lot of the exactly. I did the same thing. Look, I'm a huge Belal fan. I was a Belal fan before a lot of these people decided to jump on the bandwagon. Bottom line is, Belal Muhammad's going to have his hands full. It's going to be a lot tougher fight than I think he's thinking, and that people are thinking. Jack Della Maddalena is a dog on the feet. He's no slouch on the ground. He'll jump the ghillie to his own detriment. He will sometimes.
Yeah, to his own detriment.
In this situation, though, do you believe? Let me ask you this: do you believe that Belal is going to really not shoot?
I'm telling you right now, this is, I was looking and saying, look, this is going to be a fight that's going to be with Belal Muhammad and his ability to take the fight to the ground. This is going to be a tough fight for Jack because he's going to have to really be using good footwork and being smart when he throws. And then I hear damn Belal say, I'm not going to shoot at all. It's all going to be the hands. And I'm like, I hope that you're just talking, because if that's true, now you're playing the game of let me be the stupid fighter.
What did your dad say? Come on, use that.
As simple as it gets. Never play another man's game. And what is Jack's game? It's the stand-up. That's where he is strongest. So I'm going to play into his game and take away what has always been the strength of my game. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. And I'm not saying I love Belal. I think he's a smart fighter. He's always been a smart fighter. And I think he will continue to be a smart fighter. I think he's just talking. But, man, I hope he is, because that's the dumbest game plan ever.
Yeah, why take a chance? Look, it's all
why
about
take away what you're great at?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, we just saw what happened, with Bo Nickel. Decided not to wrestle, decided thought he could stand, decided not to go ahead and just shoot the shot, man. That's what you're known for. We'll get into Bo a little bit later. We'll kind of recap a little bit of that too, because there's been a lot of stuff that's come out as of recently. But with Belal Muhammad, he's got all the tools. He can box. He's got power. He don't get the credit for the feet for his stand-up. He doesn't get the credit there. What I get concerned about is and we saw this with Ronda Rousey. We saw this with other fighters as well. They have a little bit of success on the feet. Belal's had great success. Great success, yes. Is that he's had great success on the feet. He just doesn't get the credit for it. I just hope that he's not out there trying to prove it. I want him to keep his title. I want him to keep winning and beating these guys so he can prove all these haters wrong, because he got so much shit for so long. You're boring. You're this. All you are is a wrestler. All you do is this. You whine and cry all the time. Bro, winning solves everything. Shut up. And if I keep winning, keep talking trash. I'm going to keep winning, keep collecting my checks. That's all that matters. I just had a good conversation today with Bobby Lashley about this. It really just comes down to, no one can say shit about you or do anything to you if you're winning. And that's what Belal needs to do. If he keeps this fight on the feet a little bit so he can sell the takedowns, I think he's going to have success on closing the distance, putting pressure, making Jack fight going backwards, and be able to close that distance in the wrestling. The clinch work, I think, will be to his advantage as well. Inside that fence, just grind that Randy Couture style. Yep. I want to see that type of fight from him in this situation.
That's honestly go back to his fight with Sean Brady and take a look at what started to break Sean Brady down was his ability to clinch, do damage with dirty boxing, and then get back to length and land hard shots. Look, I'm not saying that Belal has not gotten good with his stand-up. He has. His stand-up has really improved. But don't play into the strength of your opponent when you have the ability to put him in a weaker position. JDM has never been that great ground fighter. That's not who he is. But you're looking at a guy who's coming into this fight, Josh. He's 17-0, all right? Because he's 17-2 overall, but he lost his first two fights. He hasn't had a loss since his second fight. Okay? And he's 7-0 in the UFC. This guy's coming in with confidence. Now, he's had a couple of tight fights, but he's worked his way through it. So what's he telling himself? Hey, doesn't matter if it's a tight fight. I'll work my way through it. I'm going to get there. Confidence is great now, and I believe that Belal's got a ton of confidence. He's the new champ. There's all kinds of things, behind the scenes of people saying stuff that are, in some way disrespecting him. No one should disrespect Belal. He is that good that he has worked his way to the point of becoming the welterweight champion, and he deserves it. But being smart is part of what got him there. Don't change that.
I would agree with you 100%. We talked a lot about Belal, but JDM, though, how does he get it done?
JDM gets it done by creating angles and putting it on Belal and having Belal try to be a stand-up fighter throughout the whole thing. I do believe he needs to create the angles to keep himself from Belal actually being able to get the takedown. And, use your feet to get you to places. Touch, get out, reset, do it again. Touch, get out, reset, do it again. He's able to do that in this fight, and Belal doesn't get takedowns. It's going to be a tough fight or a tough night for Belal.
Yeah, I would agree too. JDM, I think would you say he's got more power?
Yeah. I look, you got to be honest about it when you're looking at it. JDM, that's his bread and butter. Okay, has been the stand-up. And if you're taking a look, he's got, how many? He's got 7, I think, first round KOs, TKOs. Okay, and then even off of that second round, he's still in there with 4 or 5. Okay, that's 12 right there. First or second round KO, TKO. That's telling you something. He's got some pop. He's got some snap. So, you never know exactly how hard someone hits until you go in there. And, a lot of times people think that someone doesn't hit hard, because they never get that solid shot. Everything glances off, and that's what you're looking for. That's what you're trying to do defensively, is that make everything glance. But when someone hits you and it puts that buzz that goes down your spine, that's when I better be careful, because I can't take a whole lot of those and keep myself standing here. Mm-hmm. So I do think he's got power.
Yeah, what JDM does very well is goes to the body, and that could change a fight right off the bat. And we saw that with Bo Nickel. We've seen it with some really top-level world-class boxers as well. Doesn't matter how damn good you are. Your body shuts down when you take a nasty liver shot. So if JDM's able to get to the body early and able to land some clean shots up top too, I think that can start to make Belal respect him, and then have to focus more on punch, shot, instead of literally walking guys down, showing them no respect like he's been doing lately. And so if JDM can get his respect right off the bat with a clean shot or 1 or 2 clean shots and get him to respect him with his power, that could change the dynamic of the rest of the fight. No different than how Sean Strickland did it with Izzy. When he rocked him in the first round, had him hurt really bad, the rest of the fight was not the same. JDM needs something like that to change the tempo in the direction of this fight, and he's got to do it early. It's got to be the first round or second round to start making Belal go, damn, either I got to get to some wrestling, or I got to start either punching my way in or just clinching him, get into that clinch and making it a dog fight like a Randy Couture fight.
Yeah.
To me, personally, I believe Belal's going to leave with the title.
Okay.
But I think that JDM's not getting the respect he deserves. I think this fight's going to be a more difficult fight than people think, and it's going to be closer than it thinks. I don't think it's going to be a 50-45. Like some people were saying that he probably gets JDM out of there in the second, third round. I think that JDM's super tough.
He is tough.
And if you, like I said, it's only going to take 1 or 2 shots to make Belal respect him in that first round to change the dynamic of this fight.
Josh, you could go back and look at, there was the, I can't say it, so I want to say Basil Hafez.
Mm-hmm.
That fight that JDM had, that Hafez was put in there as a last minute replacement. And a lot of times people will look and they'll go, oh, the guy's coming in. It makes it difficult for the person that is, has the status, because first off, they haven't been able to, Basil Hafez, thank you very much, Dave. And so you look at that and you go, it's very difficult for the person that has the status, because first off, he's not prepared for that style fighter. That guy comes in, and Hafez came in and look, he gave JDM nothing but problems. He was all over him for the takedowns, trying to put him on the ground. He was super strong. He hit hard. He hurt him even in the stand-up, but it was slowly and systematically, Jack got it going, and the body shot started to slow him down a little bit. But it was a tough fight, and it went back and forth. It was a split decision in the end. But those are the kind of fights that you look at and you go, the guy's a winner, man, because he had difficulties in that, and you saw him struggling with those difficulties in that fight, but he overcame them. And when you can do that, because again, we say it all the time, not every night is your night. But when you have those nights and you still come out with the win, it's saying something about how good you really are, and he's that good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like it's difficult enough to get a win, period. Then to have a bad night,
It's true.
you know, it's difficult enough. And then to get a win when you're having a bad night, you're just not feeling it. The weight cut didn't go the way you went. Your body's just not reacting the way you thought it would.
Yeah.
The game plan isn't working the way that you guys anticipated it working.
And he's a ginger. You know, gingers are crazy, strong, and tough.
Yeah, they're retarded strength.
They are.
Really are. Got the retard.
Just something about him.
Yeah. I mean, look, he just has one of those, like I don't know what he's been through in his life, but because he's a ginger, he's an Aussie also. Like, I mean, I feel like he's just been through a lot. Fucking big spiders and snakes and shit living in his house. I'm good, bro. No, guy's been through a lot. He knows what's going on.
That's fine.
Overall, like I want to say, my final wrap on this is that I think JDM is going to have a good performance. I don't think it's going to be enough to beat Belal. To me, Belal has got all the tools. If he utilizes them, I think he should win this fight. But I'm going to go like 4 rounds to 1 or 3 rounds to 2. It's going to be a good fight. But I think Belal will probably either win the first 3 and then something will happen. But I think it's going to be like kind of JDM's going to be fighting from behind going into the 5th. He's going to have to try to do something, really try to get the fight to win it. But if he does get to the 5th, I mean, I can see Belal possibly getting him out of there sometime, maybe at the end of the 3rd and the 4th. But I think it may end up going the distance. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a better fight than most people are giving credit for. This episode is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys YouTube 150 for the promo code. Also, Element, use the link in the descriptions down below. Any product you buy from there, they will send you a bonus package of product if you use our link down below. Element's amazing, man. I love it. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.